I just want to do a follow-up video to discuss some of the changes that this crisis is going to make in all of our societies, especially in Western nations. But you have to admit, our countries were all sort of pretty much in a crumbling state. Our venerated and traditional institutions have become laughingstocks. You know, our education, our laws, our science, all the things we've respected and revered for decades and maybe even a century or two had collapsed under the weight of and rot of leftism. And they just really needed a revival. And apparently this may be the catalyst for change. Now, I said, Tim Pool likes to panic. So let's not be like Tim Pool and panic. I mean, on one side of his mouth he says, don't panic, remain calm. And then he's like, oh, this is really terrifying. This is nothing like this has been never seen. This is scary. We're in for it. No. Oh, don't panic. Come on, Tim. Which one? We'd rather see you scream, grab your beanie and pull it off than just go back and forth with us saying, don't panic, but panic. So, no, we're not going to panic. Tim's just depressing. Anyway, we are going to look at some of the positive changes that will occur technologically. It's going to speed up our industries. It's going to bring back manufacturing to America. And, of course, it's going to bring back manufacturing to all the countries who have been hit by this. We're not going to depend on other countries and outside sources so much. We're going to be better prepared. This is going to have new inroads in telehealth medicine. I think in the future we're going to see, more people get care. And I said a lot of it is that they're afraid of the doctors. And we need to work on patients not being scared of the doctors and scared of the procedures, scared of the medicines. I mean, we've definitely come a long way since, the Aztecs bore holes in the skulls to let out the evil spirits, but we still have a long way to go. I mean, there's still definitely stigmas associated with, hospitals and going to doctors, so we need to work on that. Like I said, there's so much we need to just revitalize and rebuild in all the Western nations. So, a good place to start is with education. We've always been complaining about how the public schools don't teach anything. They just want to indoctrinate the kids and drum up business for Planned Parenthood. And this is our chance to see them emptied. Everybody's homeschooled right now. So I think the parents are going to start to give some more thought to their children's education after this and concerns. And also this exposes to the world that online education is really taking over most education. It really is. I mean, outside of some things like some sports and arts, which the schools are trying to get rid of anyway because they can't afford it, those should be done privately, locally, and I said that's another topic for another time, but the left wants to keep people focused on sports and not on intellectual things. But they've been joking as far back as the 1940s and 30s about how the football players can't read and they just push them along because they're players. But the left wants to dumb society down. And that's one of the reasons they push the sports so hard. Schools should be focusing on the intellect and learning. And I said Tucker Carlson was talking about that the other day too, how the universities are really being exposed for, the money-making scams that they are, because now everything's online, I mean, hey, people could save money by being online, and these universities are just not what they're cracked up to be. A bunch of money-making schemes. And that is exposed. One of the biggest things they've been talking about is how manufacturing is going to come back to domestic countries. And that will be a huge boost to the economy and to jobs when that does happen when we get to the end of this tunnel. Because I think everyone's going to be freaked out. People are going to not want to, buy from the other countries so much because they realize that the crises like this, we don't have enough and we're out. So I think there's probably definitely going to be some more government programs to make essential supplies and maybe not rely 100% on the private sector, but I think the private sector has a duty to the country to make things for the country and make things in America. So there needs to be a happy medium here. We need to lift some regulations and stop some of the bureaucratic nonsense. And we hope this crisis will also help us drain the swamp and get rid of a few more politicians who are just exploiting the office for personal gain. Like I said, this is also going to revolutionize the workplace, as more and more jobs that can work online are probably going to go online because they can see what they need. They can see what they don't need and what they really do need. And so probably more jobs are going to be online. So that's also speeding up technology, and that's changing our workforce and changing our society, the way we do business. And it's just, I think it's bringing a lot of much needed change into our stale and crumbling society. And it was going to take something as earth shattering as this to make everybody stand up and change around. Now, I think the churches are probably going to learn to do live streams of services. I know there's a few in our area that do that, but I'll bet after this experience, more churches are going to get into live streams. The bottom line is that the left is facing destruction. During tough times, people are not going to be leftists. They're going to be conservative, and they're going to learn how to take care of themselves. And they're going to get a fresh start. I mean, the victim cards are officially shredded. Do you think after this anyone is going to care about their moaning victim cards? People have bigger things to worry about. And they're just going to laugh at them and ridicule them for trying to play a victim card when we've just come through, difficult times like these. So, leftism is really out of style. It just got the frozen. Okay, everyone, so do not panic. Don't listen to Tim Pool. Just, pray, obey the laws, stay safe. I said, trust the Lord and do good. God bless. Let freedom ring.